Have you ever been gaming or working online classes and your internet service constantly gets interrupted? First Nations Fiber is about to ensure that just won't happen again. Get ready for high speed at a new level. Click on fnfiber.com and sign up today. First Nations Fiber, empowering people through connectivity.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Beading Podcasts with your hosts, myself, Leif Makiwa, and Degorhiakwa, Margaret Standup. We're coming to you live at this taping from sunny Ganawage, and we have been on a hiatus. If any of you have been waiting for a podcast, you will know. Our last taping was in April. We needed to take a much-needed break to recenter and to just take care of life's stuff. So we're back. We decided in September that, we were going to try again to okay, so I'm just going to say something. Okay, so what I'm going to say is that we had to take a break because Degorhiakwa's father was very sick, and unfortunately he passed in May, and she really just needed to just be with her family and just to take a break. So we're coming back. Things are still raw because, of course, this is the first time we're going to be talking about it on the air. She mentioned earlier in the year about his health and whatnot, and so we're just going to go slowly. I tried to make it upbeat, but then of course, the reality of the situation reared its head, and so we're just going to do like we always do and just be truthful and just talk kind of from the heart and just talk about beadwork, talk about our lives, because that's what we do here and that's what we do at the Beading Table. So we are going to start with that. So did you want to talk, or did you want me to talk first? It's really up to you.
I'll jump in. I was right before we started taping, I told them I'm nervous. I was nervous because coming into this, I just was like, maybe we won't talk about it. Maybe I'll just, but it's life. So I was joking, saying if I pass out, just give me a minute. I was a little nervous. But yeah, so yeah, we, been going through a lot. The dust is settling a little. We're just kind of getting back to life a little bit right now. But yeah, my family and I went through a major blow, the past few months. And at the time of my dad's passing, we had multiple family members pass. So it was rough. It was really rough just trying to catch our breath. And it just seemed like every time we took that breath, it was like we just got dunked under again. It kind of started, I would say in April-ish, April, May. But yeah, one of my great uncles had first passed on my mother's side. I can't say that I had a close relationship with him. I didn't know him well, but it was trying to be there to support my mom, who was having a hard time with that, and just being there for my cousins too, one of my cousins, we text almost every day, and I was just like, they were going through it the same time my father had started, when we just started his process of, doctors and things like that. So it kind of started there, and then I don't even know anymore. I don't remember all the sequences, but at the time we lost my great uncle, and we were kind of shocked with the passing of my first cousin, who is pretty young, who has 3 children. It was devastating for my family, for my cousins and my aunt, my uncle. They live in Long Island, and it was hard. We didn't know what to do, to go. My dad now at that point was sick. We knew of some of or we were waiting on diagnoses. And within that week, I believe, or a few days after of his passing, my cousin wrote in our family, in my other family group chat, that my other great uncle, my grandmother's brother, was also not doing well, and they didn't know how long he had now. So over the next few days, I had spent a few days with my cousins at the hospital with them, and just, just being there with them, just to give them, some support and things like that. So we went through that process, and it was like a juggling act. It was so hard to grieve everything all at once. It was like I didn't know what to grieve, who to grieve, and we were just in like business mode now. It was like, okay, how are we going to this funeral? How are we going to get there? I have to help my mother. I have to still help my stepmother too, because now my father was in the
Hospital,
emergency. Yeah, he was in the city. So I was kind of going there as often as I could. And yeah, so it was a lot all
and
at
taking
once.
care of the store and then taking care of your own family. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of that was kind of going on. My brothers we all just decided, like 2 of my brothers went out to Long Island, and they went and made it to my cousin's funeral just on our family's behalf, because I felt so bad. I wanted to be there so bad for like my aunt, my uncle, and my cousins. But at that point, my father had just been taken into emergency. So that was my decision to stay back and try to help my stepmother, like in whatever ways I could, or just to be there for him too, and to be there for my mother, because she had just lost her uncle now, you know, and my uncle and my mother were raised together. So they had a closer relationship than just aunt and niece, you know, uncle and niece. Yeah. So I stayed back. And my brothers went, and I felt so bad for them. They drove, they stayed 2 nights, came back, went to one funeral, and came back just in time for my uncle's, for the night before, and then we buried him the next day. Or we had he was cremated, so we had like the, you know, like the funeral, like he went to church and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, so that was all that. And then we got the day we had my uncle's, like the funeral at the church and all of that stuff. I remember sitting at the table like, okay, I'm going to take a breath. I can breathe a little bit. Everyone was kind of, you know, laid to rest now or whatever. And then my stepmother had called and was bawling her eyes out. And I knew it. Like we had a suspicion. And they told us that he had cancer and it was terminal now. And there was nothing that we could do anymore. And that they had only given him like 2 months, maybe. So then it led into that, like the following, you know, he didn't make the 2 months. I think it was like 2-3 weeks after that. So it just led right into that. And in that process, our family, my brothers lost a really good friend. So he was in the next room to my father too. So it was like, you know, so it was a lot.
It was a heavy time.
It was a lot. So yeah, we're just still catching our breath.
I think a lot of us who are listening, I mean, obviously this isn't my first time talking to you about this, and we've had countless conversations about everything and anything about what has happened since we took our break. But just to let you know that everyone, of course, is thinking about you right now. I don't believe there's anybody out there who hasn't felt some kind of loss like the one that you're feeling right now. Some of us have felt it earlier and some of us have felt it later in our lives. But we just wanted to extend, of course, here at the Beading Table, and just for myself and everyone who's listening, our condolences to you and your family for all that you're going through. And I just hope that you, and I've seen you give yourself grace, but to remember that, you know, that's where you should be, you know, like we gotta give ourselves time.
Yeah. And yeah, you know, there's no
right or wrong or short or long time to be going through. Yeah.
And there's no book to tell you how to do this and to go through it. So I'm still learning. I'm still processing it. And there's times, I think that's what I was most nervous. I was sitting at home before we came to the taping and thinking like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to cry. I'll be okay. And then I was driving here and I was like, I feel like I'm going to pass out. Like I think because I put so much pressure on myself
for sure, to
say like, keep it together. And I'm like, but the reality is, you know, I cry. I'm a crier, but no, it comes and it goes.
It's firsts, right? Like firsts, a lot of firsts happen. Yeah. And this is the first time that we're talking about it after the fact.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like little things that you don't realize. You don't realize the impacts of it sometimes until like, I was looking at, there was like some kind of a grieving, I don't know, like process, I guess. But, and of course they don't all go in like unison, you know, it's not all, it's not just like, okay, 1, 2, 3, this is how you're going to feel. It'll cycle or whatever. But, I was reading and it's like the re-entry back, it's like back into society or whatever. And, the
looks, sometimes people say it's the looks, or
Yeah.
that kind of like condolence in their eye, or that like, oh, they're so poor. Yeah.
It's like those little things. Even just recently, in the last maybe month or so, I can't even remember now. But my mother's, her father's sister, our great aunt, my great aunt, passed recently. It was the brother of the one that kind of passed earlier in the year, and I realized like I wanted to go to the funeral and I couldn't. It was those kind of things like that re-entry. I was like, and I felt so bad. Like I want to go there and just to give my condolences to my cousins and things like that. And I couldn't bring myself to go. Like I felt the panic setting in, and I was like, and then the guilt setting in, like you want to go, I want to be there. Like I felt so bad, and I had to text my mother, and I was like, Ma, I can't do it. I said, I'm not ready. And she's like, it's okay, I understand, you know. And she was feeling it too. She was like, I'm having a hard time too. She was like, I'm gonna go and just stop in quick. But she's like, yes, you know, it's okay, don't worry. So it's those little things, like you don't realize that how much it affects you until it's in your face, you know, kind of thing. So there's days where I'm like, oh, I'm fine. And then something happens. I'm like, oh shit, wait, I'm not, you know. So it's still learning that. Like, I don't know how it affects me still. I don't know, you know. So, but yeah, we're going through the process still right now, and just, trying to find our footing. And so that's where it's at right now, with me. And yeah, that's it.
So how do you follow up with that? Is what I say in my mind. I think one of the things we can take away from this, and I think it'll lead on to another topic, is when something like this happens, there are a lot of changes that happen to ourselves and how we navigate what we thought we were going to do, what we had planned. And sometimes it's like, you know what, I don't want to anymore. I think, you know, it's time to reevaluate. I know being in a situation where you are, it happens that way, because that happened to me too. Or maybe it doesn't happen to you, but I know how it was for me, and it puts different things in perspective, and where you want to put your energies and whatnot. So I wonder if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Sure.
Talk about some of the things that you've been sitting on, and also, because we're at the Beading Table, it wasn't just a hiatus from the Beading Table, like the podcast. You actually took like a hiatus kind of from doing things that really pushed you for creatively.
Yeah.
You were still working on things, but it was a different kind of, you were in a different kind of struggle before, in a survival mode, I would even say. And so maybe we can just talk about that a little bit, about how like you're coming into your own again, and it's exciting, daunting and exciting. But I think for a lot of people, and that was one of the questions about like if you ever wanted to quit beadwork, or what would you do afterwards, or how did it help? What did you do to maybe not convince yourself, but what helped in deciding to continue, or well, for us it's continue, but some people decide not to. But just maybe talk a little bit about that, because I'm sure a lot of people have struggled with those kind of things.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was kind of crazy, because like my dad passed the end of May, and it led right into June, which is, everyone around here knows June is graduation season. And I didn't know if I was going to do. I had a few things that had to get finished up. I really didn't know if I was going to be able to do them. So for me, it was just, I think it helped in that sense, because it helped me just to like hyper focus into something. And I know there's a lot of times where people will say, you know, you shouldn't do certain things when you're in a space or whatever. But I was like, this is my help though. Yeah. This is my support.
And you know it's good for you.
And it's good for me. Yeah. So I just kind of dived back into it right away. There were some days where, you know, I couldn't. I had to take those breaks. But it did help to really just hyper focus, really, so that I could just shut my brain off, and in some ways my emotions, because it's like, I don't know if it sounds weird, but I was like, I got to times where I was tired of being sad. I was tired of being angry, or I was tired of being, you know, I just want I want to feel normal once in a while.
Or sometimes it's not even feel at all. You just like zone out and just...
Yeah. So, and I felt like that helped, that supported that. So I dove right back into it with help, you know, like you had reached out. And then one day I finally was just like, Dougwa was like, she's like, okay, are you doing those things? Like, do you want my help? And I was like, okay, yeah, all right. Like, let's go. And she's like, okay, I'll come to your house. We'll do it. So it took us one day. We did the moccasins for my nephew. And it was like those kind of things. It was a big day for him. It's his graduation. You know, I agreed to do them. I wanted to have them done for him. So we busted it out. We got them done. And then over the summer, though, I did take my time. I did little bits. Like, I can't say that but that's a normal thing for the summer. I just did my own thing. But just more recently, I did take some reflecting time, I guess. And me and my therapist agree.
And we advocate for therapy here.
Yeah, you know, it helps. She kept me sane a lot of the time. But yeah, like, you don't know how you feel. You don't, like, there half the time I didn't know if I was really feeling what I was feeling or if it's grief, you know, because there were days where I was like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to face the world. I don't want to work. I don't care about the store. I don't want to teach. I don't want to do anything. But I didn't know if that was just me feeling down or if that was something else. So I discussed it with her and she was like, well, it's better that we don't make any drastic decisions right away, you know, because there was a point where I was just like, maybe I'll just close everything and just stop. But bills have to get paid. I did take time here and there while my father was sick. So, you know, you fall behind, like, and I was in survival mode for a little while now because it was kind of like after he passed, I took maybe 2 weeks only off and then I jumped back into work in the store and all that. But now it was like the reality set in, like my rent, I had to pay that. I was behind, I think, a month. I had, you know, just whatever. I had to get back to it. But just more recently, I just realized I was like, you know what? The things that I was doing to get those bills paid were not the things that I want to continue doing. And it was a lot of like the teaching and mainly because it's like I'm pouring myself into everybody else. And obviously I'm, you know, trying to rebuild myself right now, like pretty empty right now. So, you know, so I just actually wrote a status today talking about that, how over the next few months I do want to evaluate everything with the store and everything. But I'm taking a step back from teaching the painting and from the beadwork. I do I do have classes that are booked like right up into the spring. So those I'm gonna honor, and actually I'm enjoying that. So, and it's not that I dislike any of it, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot, like where there's a lot of prep, there's a lot of planning, there's the shopping days, it's a lot of energy that I have to put into all of these things. And, you know, when you're in sort of survival mode, it's like you have to really prioritize, like, what should my energy be going into? So, so I just decided that I was trying to decide whether or not to close the store in the next coming year. And I don't really have an answer for that right now. I don't want to jump to anything right now. My focus, I think, right now is to see how things go over the next few months without the classes, but putting more focus back on my time and my art and my beading and things like that, and then see if that's profitable, if that can sustain me and the store, and putting more energy back into the store. So that's kind of where, you know, the conclusion I came to. I feel like it happened last week. I literally just woke up and I was like, why the hell am I wasting my time? Like, why am I waiting for some kind of an answer? Because I've been sitting on this since my dad passed. And like I said, I didn't want to make rash decisions. But it's been getting stronger and stronger, like this feeling. And I just been feeling like I'm sitting in the mud and I'm stuck. So once I decided that, you know, I was going to start making a decision and, you know, following it, I do feel a lot more relieved. I feel like a lot of the pressure is off. So I'm just going to see how the next few months work out. And maybe what I'll do is just focus. Well, that is what I'm doing. I'm just focusing back on the store and my art right now. And all classes will be, you know, put aside except for the one that I'm doing. Which, that's kind of, that's, you know, the transition of all of this. But I have been, I think it's the weather too. But I'm in what's that called? Like a beading flow right now where I'm like, oh, okay, I just want to do this and I see this and I just want to do it, you know? So I just had that raffle. I have to pull it tomorrow, which was
Saturday.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm kind of like, I'm starting to feel like alive a little bit again. Like I'm excited for to see what comes of all of this, the changes, and I think to have changes, because I just felt like things were stagnant for even before everything.
Before
kinda,
everything,
yeah. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
It's pretty cool that you're being able to put yourself first.
Yeah, it was much needed. It was much needed beforehand, but way more now.
Yeah.
And like you said, it puts things in perspective, and it's kind of, I was sitting there like, I'm wasting my time. Like, I'm not happy, and why am I just sitting in this, So, yeah, it's exciting. I'm happy to, start anew and see where it goes. So we'll see.
Fingers crossed the store doesn't close.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Whatever you decide is fine with me. I don't really, that's not, we'll be friends regardless. Since we became friends at the store, but
But yeah, I was, I had a class this week, and I was, I was mentioning these things. I was talking to a few people about it.
It's good. It's good to feel out like the audience and where, like, who would be like missing out in the store, or what things it's good to get the feedback from the people who use it, right?
Well, and that's it. And a lot of people were like, oh, where are we going to get our beads? And I was like, you're going to have to go back to Leith's house. Like,
I know. Yeah. I don't know about that. I might have to just do sets of beads and just sell them at a craft fair. No.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. So, but for now, you don't have to worry. The store for now,
is a go.
Yeah, is a go. I want to be able to be creative there. That's what I was telling Greg. I was just like, I said, like, I can't do my creative stuff anywhere when I have 50 other little things that I have to put that creativity to. It's like, in 1 week, my week looks like, okay, I'm going to do a painting. I have to come up with the idea. I have to do the example painting. Then I have to paint it with the kids and then, or adults or whoever. And then, okay, well, now I have my beading class. So now I have to draw their patterns. I got to prep for that. I have to think of the pattern. I have to draw the floral patterns. So that's like, those things don't happen every week, but they do happen a lot, And then let's be creative for the store. Like, oh, I'm supposed to redo and revamp all the time. And then I'm supposed to shop and restock. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm too tired. Like, I don't want to do nothing. So that's what it's been for the last little while. And then now just feeling completely depleted. So I'm like, no, this is bullshit. Like, I can't sustain this, So now I'm like, I might have more energy to put back into the store. Like, and I used to love that. Like, like I used to.
I would come in and it would be completely changed. It'd smell wonderful. And there would be like, I'm like, oh my God, where's all this stuff? And where'd that table come from? Or why is that there? Or whatever. But but that's what you like. Like, you like to rearrange and like to give it a fresh look.
Yeah.
But I also remember after the renovation, because they had a renovation last year. Remember we said, oh, we're going to have a beading time where we're going to sit and you're going to sit on the top. Like, there's a split level.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bead there, and I'm just going to have like my coffee, and my friends are going to come over, and we're just going to, So maybe like that's something you can do. Like, you can maybe find time to bead there.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or just like, prep there or something. Like, you don't have to, whatever. But maybe it's something that'll be just, we reawaken.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for, like going back to the roots of it all. And so yeah, we'll see. We shall see how it goes.
Yeah, it's hard when you feel like you're stuck in the muck.
Yeah, it's the fear. It drives you. It stops you from doing things. Like before, it's because, like I said, bills got to get paid. And like I said before, the store doesn't always generate as much, but it also doesn't generate anything if the attention's not being put into it.
Yeah, just like anything, right?
Yeah, so, and that's kind of where it was lacking, where it was like, not that it's lacking like in a sense, but it's I didn't have that creative drive to like even put new ideas into the store itself.
Yeah.
And aside from all the other things that happen there. So yeah. So I'm hoping to get my stuff actually into my store, and like, maybe I'll design shirts again, and maybe I haven't done that in over a year now because. So
maybe end up with like a signature piece. Like, I know Huawei Stacy. I think it's Turtle Clan Creations. Is it Turtle Clan Creations? Mm-hmm. She has those earrings. She made it like a triangle or odd shape, or sometimes they were round, and it was just like strawberries or red, like little white flowers and vines. Like that was like a signature piece she had. Maybe you'll end up with a signature piece.
We'll see. So yeah. So that's been that. Oh, that's been that.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
A lot going on. A lot going on in what seemed like a short time.
It was
It seemed, I mean, a lot to go on in only a few months, but it seemed like it felt like yesterday. Like I said, when we walked in, I had asked her, I had asked you, like, how long ago was it? And it just seemed like yesterday, kind of like it was just so fresh. And to be perfectly honest, everybody, like myself and Degariakwa haven't seen each other much over the summer or at all, just because we're like ships in the night. I started back at work.
Yeah. I've been hiding in my house.
You've been hiding in the house and, and just trying to do that. And also like that's just how it goes, right? Like the ebb and flow of different things. So, but
summers get busy too. It's like,
Oh, and an announcement, hopefully, fingers crossed, Degariakwa, myself, hopefully Tegohawi, and definitely Grant. Let's put it out there in the universe that we might actually have a table at this next year, 2026 Echoes of a Proud Nation Powwow.
Yay!
If they'll have space for us.
Yeah. If they'll have us.
If they'll have us. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. I got a little tongue-tied there. If they'll have us, hopefully we'll do that. So for sure, you'll see some of her creations there.
Yeah. See, those are things I'm excited for. Like even Greg was like, why don't you get him? He was like all gun-ho, like, close the store and we'll do the powwow trail. It was like.
You take the beads too.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe that's what I'll start doing too. Like maybe 2 powwows a summer. So
we could do the Six Nations powwow.
Ooh, yeah. Like, I would totally want to. So
that'd be cool. We could probably pull that off.
Yeah.
So or part of the East. No, sorry, the West. What am I talking about? East. We are the East. We would be going West. If anybody wants us to host us anywhere around the Confederacy or anywheres, like drop us a line. We might be taking this on the road.
Yeah.
So, so there's a lot going on, hopefully, with everybody who's listening. The weather has changed. Well, maybe today it's kind of like summer here in Kahnawake.
Yeah, the next few days.
Fall has made its way, and hopefully everybody is getting into the swing of that. Cold nights.
I love it.
Extra snuggling, maybe, or maybe it's extra beading.
Yes.
That's for me. Right now, I am getting started. Next week, I go to the Cherokee Art Market in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Something new.
I wanted to try it there. Hayden Haynes, he was talking about how it's a smaller market, but a market nonetheless. And so he said, yeah, you should go. And so I tried just to try something different because I've gone to the same markets all the time. So I just tried it out. And so, so we're going next week and should be interesting. There's 150 artists who will be there, I think, compared to Santa Fe, which I attended in August. There's like almost 1,000.
Yeah.
So it's different. So, but it's going to be at the Hard Rock.
Ooh.
So it'll be interesting. I never stayed at Hard Rock, so I don't know what that's going to be like. But yeah, so my mother and I are going, so that'd be nice for us to get away together. And then, so I'm just trying to bead, but just like any other time, it's right to the last minute. We're on 1 month, and then I started. I had a month ago I started, and I'm going to put it out there, people. I'm slow. I'm a slow beater. I have become not super fast. People say I beat fast, but it's not fast. I'm not as fast as I did like
before,
like at least 8 years ago. I could whip out.
I think it's deceiving too, like on social media, because it's kind of like we'll put out a post. I'll be like, hey, I'm starting something, and then like I post, and then it's done or whatever. But it looks instant, but it's not like it's been I don't know 70-something hours since I posted, and it took me 70-something hours to do it.
Yeah.
So, which I guess can still be fast, but and
I guess it's a luxury. I mean, everybody probably would like to say like, oh, I wish I could spend that much time just beading, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm very, very strategic. I work a full time when I'm working. I joke because last year I worked 1 week on, 1 week off, and this year I have in my contract where I'm kind of like working 3 weeks on and 1 week off. And I strategically planned it so that I would be able to have the week off that I'm going to Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. And then I made it like 2 weeks ago or was it last week where I wasn't working so I could bead. Mm-hmm. So I basically finished 2 pairs of moccasins in 1 week, like those small ones, of course, not big ones, but I'm trying to do that. So I got my plate full and I applied for the herd.
Yay!
So I don't
That's
know.
in March.
March. And so I don't know if I got in yet. We'll see. And it should be interesting. I haven't been there since my father passed away. And so that's a little bit daunting. And, but it is what it is. And I'll just deal with it when I deal with it. But yeah, so there's a lot going on. Kids are back at school and different things like that. And I don't know. Every week I think, I'd rather just be beading.
Yeah.
Just like your post, like you had said, like, I just rather just bead.
I'd rather quit life and do that.
And that's what and really I would. But like you had said, the bills need to get paid, and maybe I want to do a renovation on my house, and I would like, and I like my job, but I like to be too. It's something I could just do all the time.
Yeah, and it is like that's kind of where I'm jumping into. Like I am keeping the store. It's a bit of a safety net right now, but it is scary, the idea of it, because you don't know. Like on top of it too, like with money, everyone, like everywhere.
Everything is expensive.
Everything is super expensive. Like I was just talking with somebody about that. Everything has gone up, like all materials for beadwork, to make moccasins, everything. Leather has gone up, material has gone up, beads have gone up. The velveteen, it's like we get it from the States, so the exchange is up, like everything.
Yeah.
So the scary part, I guess, in trying to jump into, just being a full-time beater is like, will I sell anything, Because, and that too, I don't want to price gouge, but I also don't want to shortchange myself.
Yeah.
So, it's trying to find that, like, I don't know. So we'll see.
It's happy medium, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like my next few months is I want to feel that out too and see like, okay, like if I can do, maybe I'll start taking orders,
Oh my goodness, did you hear that, everybody? She said maybe she'll start taking orders. And I am not taking orders. And get this, I'm booked to 2028.
For
grads. And of course, when the person, so I'm going to be honest with everybody. I think I've always said this before, but like sometimes like some people will say like, can you make me something? I'm like, yeah. And, and I don't have a list and all that jazz. And so like, I really just do what I want. So, but yeah, so don't ask, please, because it's hard to say no when people ask.
I know.
And next year I have 3 again. Maybe I might even have 4.
Yeah. I got better at saying no. Now I'm like, oh, sorry, no, I'm not taking any orders.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm not, and yeah. This coming year, I actually did say yes to one.
She said yes to what kind of
just
high school?
Yeah, just moccasins. Actually, it's not high school. It's elementary.
Oh my goodness, it's even better.
Yeah, so
because it's smaller feet, smaller area to bead.
Yeah. So I just have one that I agreed to, just a pair of moccasins. I kind of ended up with another type of thing, but I'm not too worried about it. It's moccasins again, but it was a past raffle, and they asked to use it. I was like, shit. Like, I forgot to put that in the clause.
Oh, that somebody who won a raffle has to get whatever you make, not necessarily use it to cash it in to get something else for like a graduation, you mean?
Well, no. Like, they won a pair of moccasins.
Oh, they won a pair of moccasins.
Yeah. So, but she's using it now. Like, she wants to have them made for her granddaughter who is graduating next.
Oh, like a set.
Well, no, just the moccasins. Like, that's all I'm doing anyways.
Oh, okay.
But like, she won it, my past raffle. So, but she asked like, can I, put it towards her graduation? So I was like, oh shit.
This is one that you haven't designed? It's not one of the ones like normally like you just do say, oh, I have a pair of amps and I'm raffling off? Yeah,
no, it was a custom pair. So it was like, there was nothing like.
So now you're under the gun, even though it's,
Yeah, so it turned into a grad. But
do it now. Is it for this year or next year?
No, for this year. Oh, well.
2026.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, I agree too. I said, yeah, that's fine. I said, but yes, I want to do the beadwork now. And then I don't care about doing the leather part that I could do like in a day. So I'm like, it's the beadwork stuff. And especially because I feel like I want to do it now. Like
ooh, good.
I'm like,
get it done.
Let me get it done. I'll get because all I need is the vamp right now. And her foot's not going to grow crazy enough where, a vamp would have to be changed. It's just her feet. That's, I'll do it closer to the date.
Yeah.
So I have 2 like that where I have to, there was one a long time ago that has to get just
done.
Yeah, fixed. So resized. So that's that. So I have 3 their moccasins, and I told all of them like, actually I got to get in touch with 2 of them to say, like one is a full brand new. There's 2 that it's just leather part that I have to do. So we'll see. And I just got to get that going. And that's it. Not worried about it. It's the full sets. It's like the full.
That's what I love. I love the full sets. I mean, I love
like
the
doing
full
it, but
sets.
hate.
I love it. It's such a challenge. A challenge, and I'm not going to say like it's a challenge to do beadwork. That part is the easy part. It's actually doing the beadwork that's fine. It's like the idea, like, because, you know, well, for me, I should say, I don't like to do anything again and again. So I like to like see like, oh, what can I do that's a little bit different for myself? Not necessarily different from anybody else. Somebody could have done that 1,000 times, but it's, when you do it yourself, it's different, right? So that's the part I like. And because I always put myself under a time crunch, it's always just like, yeah, I still got it. I can still pull it off. I'm like a maniac. I get a charge off of it. I really do. I mean, I think that's what it is. So I leave everything to last minute because I get a charge and feel accomplished and feel like it's like my own like marathon.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think that's why I think of beadwork as exercise. I'm not sure if anybody else out there thinks
like
of it exercise, but I came to this conclusion this year. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I put on, I think, at least 30 pounds since my artist since my artist residency, I really put on a lot of weight. And it doesn't really bother me.
Not really. I can't see it.
Well, I can tell at my, anyway, so it does bother me. I'm not going to lie because I almost just lied. I was going to lie and say, it doesn't bother me because, I love myself. Yeah. So I do love myself. It does bother me. And you can love yourself and be bothered by your physique or your attitude or whatever it is or whatever and still waddle. Yeah. And my husband loves me. So that's cool, right? Like that's fine. But I realized one, when I'm in a time crunch or when I'm at my wit's end about beading, I rely on soda or pop, wherever you're listening, but the other one, as my source of energy and I'm hungry and starving, but I'll just drink a soda because then I feel like I've had nutrients and it's quick and I can still bead because I'm on a rush. So I don't want to eat. I don't live off soda like crazy, but I would consume more soda during those busy times.
Yeah.
And I purposely this year, and I'm so proud of myself, I stopped drinking soda. I believe it was June of this year. Because I saw one of my childhood friends who posted that she was 365 days soda free. And I thought, okay, now this lady is like kick-ass, runs, works out and does stuff. Yeah. Has 5 kids. You know who you are if you're listening. And she posted this and I thought, man, maybe I can do that. I was like, cool, that's after I bought one of those walking pads.
Oh, yeah.
And I went like hardcore for like 1 week and then I stopped. That's my thing.
Yeah.
So I drink soda. I used to drink soda. I have had 1 zip or 2 zips since then. And that's okay because I didn't like it and it wasn't worth it. So I had it. And when I went to Santa Fe, I didn't have one. And usually I'll have like Dr. Pepper is my jam over there. And I didn't have any. I just had water. So yeah. So one of the other things is that like, yeah, I think beadwork is exercise, but because I put myself through a tizzy trying to do the beadwork, I think anything outside of that, aside from like watching my kids do whatever they got to do, like paddling or this summer was lacrosse, I find that it's taking me away from my beading time. Meanwhile, like I could scroll for 30 minutes, right? And not be a big deal. But then I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to walk for 30 minutes. It's taking me away from my beading time. And it's too much pressure on myself to try to do the both of them, even though I'm sitting on my ass for 8 hours.
I totally, and I think a lot of other people get that. I was joking, like we were joking about that summer. Oh, it's like, it's got to be one or the other. Like, I don't know.
It's so crazy.
It shouldn't be like you can
do both
in your mind. Like if you really look at it, like it's a damn hour. Go work out for an hour. But to me, it's like it's the whole day. It's done. I can't do a whole hour and then like it's so
it's
dumb.
So crazy.
But,
their mind is like so crazy. And last year or the beginning of this year, somebody was saying like being sedentary is like
it's like
is
the new smoking
or something. And and of course this person was talking and they would go walk after supper and they would walk in the morning or do yoga, do all these things. And whoever's listening, if you know who you are, you know who you are. And I'm not sure if you are, but your family knows who you are. Anyway, so I was like, man, like awesome possum. Like you could walk for half an hour. Did I get myself on that goddamn walking pad? No. And I did it because I thought, I got a walking pad. I can do it anytime I want. I'm like, I'm going to wake them up. They're going to be woken up the kids in the morning from that or anyway.
Oh, goddamn. No.
So that's what I realized about myself. And then everybody knows about my condition. Thank you for those who reached out and talked to me about Haley, my skin condition, because some people were like, oh my goodness, I never realized all this stuff. And so, but that does not help with the weight gain does not help with that situation. Yeah. So, I got to, do something. So.
Well, on my front, on that side, I joined back because like that, like, well, obviously we've been going through a lot of stuff. Yes. So I am an emotional eater. I eat my feelings and I like sugar and and so yeah. So I also put on a lot of weight, like in the last whatever. And I remember getting on the scale and I was like, what in the hell? Like I'm way over 200 pounds now. Like, and for me, that's a lot. Like I've always been pretty active. I've always been like, it's only the last 10 years-ish, I would say.
Yeah.
Since I opened a store. I don't know, it's stress. I don't know. It was when my mother got sick. My mother had cancer years ago.
Yes.
And it was then it kind of just, not.
It slowly made an appearance.
Yeah. And then it was like, I just never corrected it, I guess, so
But you've been trying. I mean, don't get her wrong. Like she has been working out and doing things like when I first know you, like, you do your fits and doing things and
But it was like things were just climbing and climbing. I was like, oh my God, like not good. And I'm like, and I don't want to be sick and all that stuff. So
ditto.
I got on Noom.
We did that before. We did that 2 years ago, I think. Was it 2 years?
I never.
I did it 2 years ago. And
I did, but I can't say that I followed it right. And I probably didn't. No, because you know what? I had just come off of
CrossFit, right?
CrossFit, but at the time I was doing like eating programs that were so restrictive that I didn't really know what was proper eating.
Yeah.
Like,
You're just like not eating sugar or not having this.
Yeah, like so drastic, like no sugar, no carbs, no fruit, no, like crazy. You know what I mean? Like you can only have chicken a certain way. You can't eat whatever, You can't eat certain vegetables that have too much sugar. Like that's how insane it was. And yes, it was a quick, oh my God.
It's like a reset. It's supposed, I think it's supposed to be used as a reset.
Yeah, but at the time, the person who gave me the plan, like it was like a long-term plan. So yeah.
It didn't work for you.
No, well, it did, but it
didn't work out for the long run. It wasn't sustainable.
No, it's not sustainable, and it's not good for mental health. It's not good for your hormones, and being older now, I'm like, my hormones are probably all out of whack. That's not something I want to be playing around with anymore, So I wasn't really following Noom properly before because I was so afraid to eat carbs, or I was so afraid to do this or whatever. So I never learned how to eat right. So now I've been on it about a month or so, and I dropped 10 pounds. Yay! I plateaued. I'm plateauing.
Of course.
But I'm also sedentary and I'm not moving my ass anymore.
Sedentary? We're like those sedentary rocks just stuck.
Yes. So I have to get moving again. And like, I have to be realistic. Like, we
are not old. 25 years old again.
I'm not exactly. I'm not young and I'm not old. I'm in that, we're in that weird bit in between, but it's like, the reality is like,
you don't shit or get off the pot. We're in big trouble.
You can do whatever you want, but I want to do as minimal as possible.
I mean, like exercise-wise?
Yeah, I hate it. I would love
to do like weights, because they say like bone density and all that jazz. And my grandmother had and my mother, the bones are the bones, and they just start crumbling. I hate to say that about what happened to them, but they're crumbling, or they crumbled. And so, so I think that's important, but I'm kind of in the mindset of you. Like, I want to be healthy. I wish I just could be. I think that's everybody. Everybody wants to be healthy. I don't want to be thin. I want to be healthy. And
I want to be both. No.
I just want to, I want to be healthy, because I don't think I'm really healthy right this second. But I will say that being soda free has helped me a lot. And it showed that I could even not even drinking San Pellegrino. Like when I say I've not been drinking soda, I've been drinking. I've been drinking bubblies.
Oh yeah.
Bubbly is my, or that, what do you call the one that starts with a Z? It's not Zodiac. Zotic or something. No, what's it called?
Zivia.
No, because that's a soda. I bought two. Get this. I bought 3 darn cases thinking it was like not soda.
It's soda.
It's soda. So I didn't drink any of them. And they're under my stairs. So if I ever have a nervous breakdown, I'll be drinking the whole case. The 6 of them times 2.
Technically it's a...
but it's
stevia.
It's stevia, but it was like a soda.
Yeah.
So, but
they taste
I was
poisony.
So
I have a case right now.
And I'll say that I was on a Crystal Light kick before.
My God.
There's no calories in Crystal Light, but it just tricks your mind and believing you're drinking sugar and you're drinking a soda, because I would mix it with the bubbly. If anybody out there is trying to get off soda and you need a little bridge, you take some Crystal Light, you take a big Yeti cup, you put your 2 bubblies. First, you have to drink a little bit of the bubbly, or drink a little bit of your Crystal Light bubbly thing, and it tastes just like a soda. It tastes like a San Pellegrino minus the sugar, because it just has 0 sugar. But it's all full of not good sugars, like pretend. And that's even bad too.
Yeah.
So I had to stop that. But that was before I was off my kick. And then my friend...
Off the crystal.
After crystal. But then my friend told me about this little package in the States for the beadwork conference, we'll talk about in a minute. And she says, you should buy this. And it's a stevia, quote unquote, crystallite.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of crystallite. It wasn't crystallite, it's something else. But yeah, so she said, yeah, that tastes really good and it's whatever.
Mm-hmm. And it's so better for you.
And so there's only 10 packets. I think I have and of course I drank that. So I was tricking myself.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't drinking soda. It was like stevia, so whatever. But anyway, I'm on a bubbly kick and
all that jazz. I'm on my Starbucks still.
You're still Starbucks?
Yeah, but with my Noom, it's teaching me you can have Starbucks. Just don't be a maniac. There's certain drinks that I get that are less sugar.
Yeah.
Because that's what my Noom is. It's about teaching you how to eat whatever the hell you want, but in moderation and in control.
And it gives you advice and different things and tells you what to do. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stop guilting myself because that's the biggest thing. It's
guilting yourself? What do you mean?
Yeah.
You feel guilty?
Yeah, before, because when you're pretty sure it was I don't think I had an eating disorder, but it's it distorts the way you view food. When you eat
restrictively?
on restrictive things.
Oh, for sure.
Because then everything becomes bad. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. So for years, I kind of
punishing yourself almost.
Yeah. And then you feel guilty. You feel that guilt, oh my God, I had this. And it's whatever. It does a thing on your brain after a while.
Well, I was just talking about that just now.
Exactly,
I was guilting myself. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's learning to get rid of that and reevaluate food and whatever. So it's working.
Good for you.
I'm enjoying it. I am, like I said, plateauing. So I did notice a little bit of discouragement from myself. The other day, I was that
negative talk, you mean?
A little bit, because I was all right, this ain't working anymore. I don't give a shit. I'll just eat whatever, so, but I'm just trying to get, not that I've been off, but, just trying to stick with it. And but now I'm probably going to have to start moving. So anyways, but yeah.
So just shout out to all the organizers of the Haudenosaunee Beadwork Conference that took place a few weeks ago in Aguazasne. It was a nice affair, and so
I missed
it.
Yes, that's another thing. My reentry. I wanted to go. I did want to go, and I was it's right there. It's an hour away from us. I was debating whether to go or not. I just didn't feel I don't know what it is. Well, whatever. I know it's grief. It's just it's weird how it works. I'm fine for the most part being out and about and all that, but it's when it comes to bigger things sometimes I'm just
you get overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's this overwhelmed feeling. So I was just on the fence about it, and then Greg surprised us with a trip to Maine. And that we just celebrated our 20th anniversary, so he booked that trip as a getaway thing for us. And it was on that weekend, so I was all right, well, that just made my decision. So I didn't get there, but eventually I will get to one.
Well, this year, coming 2026, it was announced at the Beadwork Conference that the Haudenosaunee Beadwork Conference will be held here in Kahnawake.
Woo!
So we don't have any details, of course. And when we do, we'll let everybody know or look online or whatnot. So, but so that was one of the things. But what I wanted to say is I want to shout out all the listeners who I met at the Beadwork Conference. Can't remember your names, unfortunately, because that's one of my problems. But I just wanted to say, Nyawa for listening, because we sometimes don't think this goes anywhere. We know we're on the air because we listen to ourselves after it's posted, but we don't often get to see people or realize how impactful we might be.
Yeah.
And it was nice. I met a mother and daughter, and the daughter said, when I go to my mother's house, we listen to the beadwork. We listen to the beading table, and it's so nice. And her mother said, I had to close my eyes, and I knew that voice was familiar. It's you. I'm oh yeah. And so I just wanted to say nyawa for everybody for listening, and maybe at the Beadwork Conference we could have not a live, but a taped or something. We could tape a session of the
beading table
at the conference, and maybe get some guests or something. So maybe that's what our producer could help us swing. And he just woke up because of the producer. But anyway, so I just wanted to shout out all the audience and all the listeners, the listeners for all their support, and just like coming up and saying hi, because I know you had a few run-ins too.
In the past, and like you said, it's weird. It's sometimes it catches you off guard because everyone's hey, hi, and I'm hi, and you forget that we're sitting in a little box right now. We have our producer sitting with us, and he listens. And
Well, I don't know if he listens, but he's here.
he tunes us out. But you know what I mean? Like I forget that this goes somewhere.
Yeah.
Half the time. So I'm like, yeah, it takes you like by surprise sometimes when somebody is like, "Oh, hey, hi, I listened to you." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot we even have that."
And to be honest, like I think we both can agree, we don't really know what to say.
Yeah, half the
Like
time.
it's very like
we just
hi.
bullshit our way. Yeah.
You're trying to be nice and trying to be thankful, but you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm out in the public, I'm in the wilds, and people are like looking at
in the wild. Yeah, but we do appreciate it. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear. It's nice to there was just over the summer we were at the store. Yeah, you were there, and there was a.
Oh yes, she was from Australia.
Well, she's from home.
From here in Gunawaga, yes, but
she lives in Australia, and it was really nice. Like I really appreciate it. She knows who she is. But it was nice to hear that for her. She said, it's a way of her to stay connected to home, to hear these kind of things because she's on the other side of the world. So it was nice to hear that, we bring joy. Yeah.
I also wanted just to shout out all the other fellow beadwork artists who were at the beadwork conference and all the ones who didn't necessarily make it to the conference, but who have been putting out some awesome and stellar work on social media. So many different things and innovative things, and just beauty is coming out from all these artists, and it's good to see. And hopefully everybody's got their orders filled or got collectors or anything like that. I know a lot of people who post their work, a lot of times it sells out right away. So I'm just happy to see that everyone's out there being creative and doing their thing, because it's really nice to see.
Mm-hmm. That's how I'm feeling, where I'm hoping with this newfound something, I don't know, changes like that, I could take on an order or something.
There you go. She said it 3 times already.
Not just yet, but but if I do feel like it, then I could be like, you know what? Yes, I will. I'll do it. Because I didn't feel like that. So, but now I'm starting to feel like it's more so because we go places, like we've gone to the Sing or whatever, and people will come up to me like, hey, oh my God, I really loved your whatever, I would really love to have a piece, and I'm like, oh, and then I feel bad because I'm like, I'm not taking orders, so I really would like to kind of get my work out there for other people to be able to buy or, so
I hear you.
I would like to get there at some point. And it's finding a balance though, so that
it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. It's
because
walking that line.
Because when you open the door to the orders, it's fine for that one. Mm-hmm. And then the next one comes in, and then you have to say no, or you say yeah. And it's just kind of one of those things where it's just you can never keep up.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's encouraging to see everybody else who's coming, because then people have an option to choose whoever it is that they want. Whereas before, maybe it was more limited. I mean, even then, I wasn't even a beadwork person who was taking orders a long time ago. Mm-hmm. But I can just imagine how it was before, when it seemed even to be more limited here in Gunawaga, especially for people to do beadwork. But
I really liked how Gagwe Dana is doing their orders, kind of.
She picks which ones, they pick which ones they want to do, and then they
get in touch with, they decide, how many, what kind, so.
What really sparks their interest, maybe what they want to do.
Yeah, exactly. So I really like that idea where, and they limited it. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm only taking
this
3
for now.
Or, and they can decide what's there, because all of these things come in. So it's like, okay, well, this is what I'm choosing and whatever. So I was looking at that too. And right now I am on a moccasin kick. I do enjoy doing that. So I'm like, you know what, maybe that's all I want to do right now. So maybe if I do open orders, it would be just for moccasins, that kind of thing. It's like I was saying earlier, the whole set type of, I think because we've been doing grad sets for so long, I'm like, ugh, the whole idea of having to do a full set, just no thanks. It's just too much, I think, in pieces. I kind of like that idea. I'll do moccasins, or you want a yoke? Yeah, I'll do a yoke, not
the
everything.
Set of yoke, yeah.
So, we'll see. I get to that place where I can do that.
You'll find your happy medium eventually.
Yeah. So.
And then you'll be like, I'm sick of this. Like I said, I was sick of moccasins. I was sick of them. I didn't want to do no more. I didn't want to do any more. Here, I'm making 3 moccasins in a month. I don't know. And I just find it's a good fit for right now.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be taking on moccasin orders. This is just my market creativity coming out. And it seems like it's just easy to do moccasins, because that's where I started, really, is moccasins. And it seems like second nature. So,
well, and even the raffle that I had just posted, that I've never made a medicine bag, or apparently I have. I don't remember it. We did it in I don't remember it. I don't even know where the hell mine is. I don't know if I gifted it. I don't know.
Is that the one I taught? Did I teach you guys that one?
I know you did our moccasins. But
okay, so it must have been another class. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if Gateruni showed.
Maybe it was Gateruni.
Yeah, I don't remember, and I don't even remember doing it. So it was over 10 years ago. So now
maybe I'll do that. If anybody listening from Radio Near Nuts, maybe I'll be wanting to do a moccasin class.
Ooh,
Vamps.
Hit her up.
Radio Near Nuts.
Class 1, class 2. But yeah, so that was the first what's that called? Bag I did in over 10 years or whatever. Yeah. But now I'm like, I'm all jazzed up because I'm like, okay, now I know how to I remember how to do it. So, now I'm kind of on a medicine bag kick. So
that's good.
I might do them and have them at the store. So
I got all this fabric, I think, whenever Grant was around. Not this past, maybe not at the beadwork conference, but before then. And I want to make ribbon skirts. But I'm like, oh man, it's like I can't do it until after Oklahoma. And then even after that, I don't know if I'll be able to. But, I'm just like, oh man, you see some people wearing some really nice ribbon skirts. I'm thinking, shoots, I wish I could just do more of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The sewing part, my hat is off to you sewers because I hate it. Doug taught me, it took me 9 hours. No, it took me forever though to do one skirt. And
she's a jack of all trades, that Doug Howie Dabo.
Yeah, for sure.
She's awesome.
I did it, but I wasn't running to go and do more. I don't like the precision of everything.
What? Mrs. I gotta have things such a certain way, and
right,
this is that, and that is this, and
I hate it. I don't like that. You have to fall. It has to be a certain way, which is dumb. Because I'm like a psychopath, but
everybody she is.
When it comes to sewing, I'm like, ew. But maybe that's what it is. Beadwork, there's no there's some guidelines, but there's no you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Beading, sewing is
it's 4 steps.
Yeah, it's a little restrictive. You cut that, and I found out trying to sew a shirt years ago on my own, on top of it, not having any experience sewing at home, and I was like, I don't need this notch, and I cut it off. And then later, I didn't know where the hell things lined up, and I was like, that's why I needed it, So that's not for me. I think I could do skirts, because it's a little bit easier, but shirts and all that, and then people who are going doing fashion design and all that, it blows my mind because I'm like, my shit would look like Gordon Gartrell there on the Fresh Prince there.
Oh, and he has that yellow shirt.
Oh no, it's the Cosby Show. Yeah, it was all messed up. That would be me. I don't know.
So. Just aged us.
I know. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
Speaking of orange and bright colors, there was somebody talking, and somebody who asked a question about a certain somebody who's in office, and so I said orange and yellow as a gateway to say it. The guy down south asked, will the bead prices really be going up? Should we be concerned, start stacking up? Yes or no? Yes, the bead prices are going up.
They have.
They have gone up. I had got a shipment in September, and one of the beads jumped from $17 to $27. I think it was
$29. There was one at $29. Yeah.
So yeah, they are going up. Anything made with gold is also going up. Beads, anything that has uses gold to help fix the color or whatever, that's gone up. Also, it's not necessarily. What am I going to say? The import is not as bad as I thought it would be. It's basically roughly the same, but it's the actual import from into the States. If you're buying things from the States and then importing it, then that is where you really see it from the wholesalers. For me, anyway, from the wholesalers' perspective, that's where I see it. So, which means the retail is going to be up there because I have to bring it to the retailer. And the price of American money is outrageous because the Canadian dollar is so low. So I think regardless of where you get it from, if you're getting your wholesale or even your beads within Canada, somewhere, somehow it all
goes up somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So, threads, needles, anything, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. an influx and in price, not influx. There is an increase in the price, and some suppliers are actually saying no, we're not selling these things anymore. Like gold, some people aren't selling gold stuff anymore because it's just too expensive to have it just basically sitting on the shelves and waiting for somebody just to buy it and
to do a resale on it. So crazy.
And that's like one of the things that I used to talk. Well, I talked about before on the podcast is that people want beads and new colors, but then they have other things that are just sitting on the shelf. So I might just start making packages, and if you want a good color, you got to buy the ones you don't like.
Buy
all the same. So maybe, but so people are like doing different things, like you said. Like people are having raffles, people are doing other stuff, try to subsidize that kind of thing. It will go up.
Yeah, they are. That was a question like. It didn't come in, but something that we were talking about, like about pricing, you know, like I hope people or are people pricing now like their beadwork according to cost, which and I hope people are. Yep. But it is scary, like I was saying earlier, because you don't know if your buying market is able to, meet your the selling, the new costs. So, it's like a little bit,
and your experience. Like we don't talk enough about experience.
Yeah.
Like you're not the same beader you were 5 years ago. I'm not the same beader I was 10 years ago. Or maybe I'm worse. I don't know. Some might say I'm worse than I was. It's so crazy. But like I mean, like sometimes I'm thinking like, right, people really bought this for this much money. People must like it. Or do they just, I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, it's serious. Like, like sometimes I think like, man, do people just like this? Like, do people really like this? Is this something that's something?
What's funny though? It's like we were just talking about that too. We probably talked about it on here before, but it's kind of like even that set that I just raffled.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I love it. It looks beautiful, like whatever. But by the time I was done it, I was like, oh, this is hideous. Now, I never got to that point, but I was just like, okay, I'm over it now, And then when I posted it, it blew up and I was like, holy shit.
People or there's another thing, and it's really good too, is that they were starved for something from you and the opportunity to have something that it blew up because they just want something from you. Like that's another thing. I didn't even
look at that. No.
Like that's, I mean, from my perspective, that's what I think. Like, like it was a nice thing too. But I think too, like people, like you're a known beadwork artist and you don't often have things.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll change.
Hopefully that will change. And then your price will be high because you'll be in demand because you keep the stock low and that price up. So people want to buy it. But that's what I think too. Like when I made that yoke for the Santa Fe Indian Market, just for everybody to know, as I toot my horn a bit, that I won 2 ribbons at the Santa Fe Indian Market. I won first place and best of division, and I never won at best of division before, so that was pretty awesome. But,
yay, very cool.
But I also thought, like, that was a really nice yoke, but like, like after you stare at it, it's just another piece of beadwork that I made. Not that I didn't love it, and yes, it was worth every cent, and yes, it was nice. But I also think like at one point in my creation, a time like when I'm creating it, does it lose its shine for myself?
It does, like
because then I have to talk about it after, and I'm just like. Yeah, it was just another thing that I made. And it was, I really liked it. And I really loved when I was making it. I remember the jazzy feeling like, this is going to be cool and this color is going to go there. And although it seemed but then afterwards I was just like, next. It loses its luster on the creator, I think.
Yeah, for them. But that's kind of what it is. That's what I posted about that too, about how, like when artists put all their energy into something because they love it and you get that emotional whatever drive and you put it in there, and then now when you lose that luster, that it's gone out of you and it's now in that piece, and then you show it to everybody and then they feel it. So then that's when it's that like oh my god, kind of thing. And I think that's kind of how this went. Like when I saw it was just a like Pinterest picture or whatever, I was like, oh, I love it. And I did have somebody inbox me and actually say like, she's like, when I scrolled and seen it, she was like, I was taken aback, and she's like, I even gasped, and she's like, I got choked up when I seen it. And I was like,
see?
What? And I was like, I was actually just going to write something about that. Like how I hope that the emotion that I put into this, that you feel it and you experience it, because I really loved what I had seen, and even though, the luster's gone for me now, I hope that it's gone to somebody else, you know? So it's pretty cool sometimes.
Pretty cool. I think you making that piece and me making that yoke piece, it comes from a genuine place. And I think often, and you've experienced it just recently with this piece where you thought, like, I like it. It's going to, whatever, I'm going to put it for raffle. And then it blew up.
Yeah.
And then for me, this yoke I made not because I'm going to make something for the Santa Fe indie market. I just made it because you know what? I'm going to make this. I don't have a big showpiece to have. It's just something I like to do, not thinking. And it did well. But it's because I think somebody had mentioned it to me while I was away. It was pure. It was just a genuine thing that you wanted to do. And it just, people saw that, and like you said, like they saw those
and
kind of things.
And I think it's like moving, like that's where I'm at, is moving into this new space of being able to put that emotion back into beading and stuff like that. Because when you do get bogged down with orders sometimes or life and it stifles your creativity, like I don't always create pieces like that. Like, because it's just ends to, means to an
survival.
End. Exactly. So it's like, and it's like we said before, it's not that we're not putting that energy into it, but it's just, it doesn't always
doesn't hit the same all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of like when you're in a better space, you feel it. Those pieces kind of give those emotions to other people or that whatever, So yeah, it's nice to be in that space again, I guess.
That's really good.
Lovely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we hope everybody else gets the opportunity to be creating just what they want. And if they're not, well, then let's hope they're getting the best buck they can for what they are making, or they're just giving it to their loved ones. They're just giving it to, they're gifting their creations for their loved ones just because they love them and they want to have.
And I'm currently,
oh my goodness, what is this? She's excited.
I started cutting out my moccasins. I'm making my own, goddammit.
Good for you.
So I was like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to goddamn do it now. I've been saying for the last, 5-6 years, every damn harvest, I'm like, I'm going to make moccasins for myself. So when I go to Gunnesesne, I have a pair instead of looking at everybody else's feet, wearing moccasins that I made or whatever.
Don't you love that? Have you ever gone?
I do.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, it's
I love
so nice to see like that
people
they're
wearing them
alive.
Yes.
And being loved. And then I'm in there with like my sneakers or my whatever else. So I just started cutting out a pair and I'm just going with the flow. I overthought it before, so I could never do it. I was like, oh my God, it has to be blah, blah, blah.
Because you're you? Is that why?
Yeah, because like, well, I have to make, now I'm like, whatever, just make it. But I have my colors that I want to kind of do.
Is it typical Margaret colors?
Yes, it is.
Good.
It is. It's like more neutrals. It's going to be on black velveteen.
Ooh.
I'm doing like browns and beiges and
Did you post it already?
Nope.
Okay.
But it's
good.
like greens, my Margaret colors. Grant. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna be doing me. They're gonna be on me, or I'm gonna do me. So
good.
Yeah. And I want to do a beaded cuff too, so I don't know if they'll be ready
goodness.
for harvest.
You haven't done a bead cuff in a while. I mean, you did it for the graduation, but you haven't done
just those mini pair, the little pair for the KOR. That's the last one I just did. Yeah, but those were something else. So I was almost thinking of doing that same idea for my pair, but I'm like, I don't know if I have it in me to do that again. Like the pair that I did for the KOR.
The scallop?
No, because the backs, the cuffs were all, there was no pattern for the back. It followed the beading pattern. It followed the floral.
I don't remember what it even looked like. Did you post them?
Yeah.
I'll have to check.
Yeah, the backs didn't have, you know how we would usually
yes. I remember.
It followed like the points of.
Yes.
So, and it took forever. Those tiny little things, like they look bigger in the pictures. They were tiny. They were smaller than my hand. Mm-hmm. They were like a youth or a baby size, like, I don't know, N9 or something like that. Anyways, the damn pattern, like just for those cuffs took me about 4 hours to do, 4 or 5 hours. I had to keep drawing it, keep cutting it, keep trying to fit it to the back to make sure that it wasn't touching the ground. And then finally, like, I just smartened up and like, I kept trying to rearrange the bottom to do it. And then I just cut the top. Yeah. I was like, no, let's just get rid of this and we'll just, whatever flower is showing is what is going to be used. So yeah, it was a lot of work. So I was like, do I want to do that on a large scale? Like for myself, I still might, but I don't know.
You're true. Imagine.
Yeah. Goodness. With all the sweat and tears, like,
hey,
but who knows? I did like it and there was other ideas I had for it. So maybe we'll see.
Maybe I'll do that. Awesome.
So we'll see. But I'm so excited. I'm like, I'm going to have my own bear.
I'm going to tell you right now, do not put them up at the Gunnesesne because I made a pair of moccasins that I loved. And I lost them.
I think that's what happened to my bag, to be honest. I think that's where my
your
medicine pouch
bag,
went. Yeah. I'm trying to think now, and I'm like, I think I put it up and lost it.
And I lost it to a wonderful, beautiful young little girl from Oneida, so that was awesome. But I still lost him, and
You're
so
like,
I was like, no, those are my favorite color. It was the first I made it with Merritt in Merritt's class, so I would never sell them or whatever. They were mine, and I lost them. And now I wear sometimes the center seam pair and a pair of just my son when he graduated grade 8.
Yeah.
His pair, I took the vamp off, and I just wear just the moccasin. That's it. Not even a cuff, because he didn't even have a cuff.
Yeah.
Or he did. No, he did have a cuff. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, but that's okay.
I had like blowouts everywhere, and I was stealing all the Howard Ordos, and I can't fit his anymore. So
yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully next week I'll have a pair. We'll see.
You'll have a pair done next week? Is that what you said?
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna whip that shit right out.
There she goes again, everybody. She's back, Margaret, swearing like usual, swearing like a sailor.
Yes.
And with that, we would like to wish everybody a wonderful, whatever you're listening, night, day, whatever day, weekend, midday. We're signing off for now, but we will be back sooner than later. Meow, everybody, for listening.
Toodles.
The views and opinions of the guests expressed in this podcast do not reflect those of Iorì and its employees.